6 people climbed into 2 helicopters over Rio de Janeiro on a Sunday morning in June 2026. Within minutes, all 6 were dead. A burning car dealership lit up the sky over a residential neighborhood, and a viral American singer's first world tour had turned into an international headline. On the morning of June 14, 2026, 2 helicopters collided in midair over the Recreio dos Bandeirantes neighborhood in the southwest zone of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The victims were American singer-songwriter Oliver Tree, Argentine YouTuber Gatsby, Argentine director and screenwriter Lucas A. Vignale, Brazilian music producer Lucas Froda, and the 2 pilots, Alexander Souza and Charles Marcilar. The crash occurred just before 9 a.m. local time, according to Rio de Janeiro's military fire department. How the crash unfolded: firefighters said the 2 helicopters collided in the air before falling into the parking lot of an electric car dealership, setting roughly 20 vehicles on fire. The aircraft involved were a Bell 2106B Jet Ranger 3, registered PP Mosh, and an Aerospatiale AS350B2 Ecoruel, registered PRDJJ. Brazilian aircraft registry information indicated that both helicopters were operating with valid documentation and airworthiness certificates, although neither was authorized for air taxi operations. Authorities did not immediately clarify whether either aircraft was being used commercially at the time of the crash. Simple Flying rescue workers found one of the helicopters engulfed in flames among the electric vehicles, with 5 victims inside. A second helicopter was located about 100 meters away, carrying only the pilot, who also died. Wreckage from the 2 aircraft was scattered across hundreds of meters, and video shared online showed a thick column of black smoke rising over the neighborhood. A local tire repair worker, Fernandez de Freitas, told reporters he watched one helicopter catch fire midair and saw a passenger jump from the other aircraft moments before it hit the ground, calling the scene terrifying, absolutely horrifying. The resulting fire proved unusually stubborn. Fire Services spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Fabio Contreras explained that the blaze was hard to put out because of toxic gases released by the lithium-ion batteries in the electric vehicles parked at the dealership. He said this type of battery fire releases highly toxic gases and drives up both the temperature and severity of a blaze, and that extinguishing a single burning EV can require 3 to 4 times the water needed for an ordinary car fire. Contreras added that the surrounding area was densely populated and that the death toll would very likely have been far higher had the wreckage come down on nearby residential buildings instead of the car park. Rio's mayor, Eduardo Cavalier, said within hours of the crash that foreign nationals were on board one of the aircraft without immediately naming them. Who died? CNN Brazil identified the 6 victims as passengers: Oliver Tree, Lucas Vignale, Gaspar Prim, and Lucas Froda, along with pilots Alexander Souza and Charles Marcilac. Simple Flying Oliver Tree. Born Oliver Tree Nickel on June 29, 1993 in Santa Cruz, California, Tree was 32 years old when he died. He grew up in a coastal California town known for its counterculture and music scene, and got his first taste of performing in a middle school ska band called Irony. He began releasing self-produced music on SoundCloud around 2010 under the alias Criff, making dubstep tracks and playing small festivals like Wobbleland in San Francisco, while also studying business for 2 years at San Francisco State University. He self-released an album, Splitting Branches, in 2013 under the name Tree, and later put out an EP called Alien Boy in 2018. His breakthrough came in 2016 with the song When I'm Down, a viral hit that led to a deal with Atlantic Records in 2017. He released his major label debut studio album, Ugly is Beautiful, in July 2020, which charted on Billboard. A collaborative EP with the Russian duo Little Big, Welcome to the Internet, followed in 2021, and Tree found international mainstream recognition that year with the single Life Goes On. His second studio album, Cowboy Tears, arrived in 2022 and reached number 7 on Billboard's Alternative Albums chart. That same year, he scored another hit with Miss You, a collaboration with German DJ Robin Schulz. His third album, Alone in a Crowd, came out in September 2023, built around the fictional persona of a fashion designer named Cornelius Cummings, and was followed by the David Guetta collaboration, Here We Go Again. In 2024, he teamed up with Diplo on Ultraman for the animated film Ultraman Rising, and in 2025 released the singles Superhero and Joyride, both of which landed on his fourth and final studio album Love You Madly, Hate You Badly, released in April 2026, an album he said he had worked on for 2 years, across 7 continents and 80 countries. He was on tour supporting that record with stops including Argentina, Brazil, Portugal, and Spain when he died, less than 2 months after the album's release. Known for a deliberately absurd, character-driven public persona, including his alter ego, Turbo, Tree built a career out of blending indie pop, alternative rock, hip-hop, and dance music with satirical visuals and deadpan comedy. He had performed in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on June 4th. And just a day before the crash, he posted a lighthearted Instagram video of himself playing soccer in a Brazilian neighborhood. Police initially listed his name on the passenger manifest handed to aviation authorities, but for a time could not confirm which body in the wreckage was his. Confirmation ultimately came from his family. His father, Jesse Nickel, said they learned of his death from a Brazilian music producer who had been working with him and issued a short statement, "Peace be with Oliver." The family has no comments. NBC News. Gaspar Priem Diaz was born on December 28, 2002, in Buenos Aires, and was 23 years old at the time of his death. He held dual Argentine and Chilean citizenship, having spent 4 years living in La Serena, Chile, where as a boy he played youth football for Club Deportivo Universidad de Chile and Deportes La Serena before turning to content creation. He created his YouTube channel in December 2013, but didn't upload his breakout video until September 2021, a street interview clip called Gaspy Hace y enojar a la gente en la calle. Gaspy makes people on the street angry, which went on to become his most viewed video, with more than 13 million views. He built his following carrying a distinctive black microphone wrapped in electrical tape, adopting the persona of a mock anti-journalist who ambushed strangers on the street with formally delivered but completely rule-free absurdist questions. His flat, deadpan delivery, paired with heavy use of Buenos Aires porteño slang and his catchphrase "buenas," made him one of the most recognizable young comedians in Argentina. Despite posting only a small number of videos, by the time of his death his channel had around 2.8 million subscribers, built almost entirely on 9 public videos. He took a hiatus from content creation between 2022 and 2024 before returning at the end of 2024, after which he began widening his format to include more serious social commentary alongside the comedy. In May 2026, he had announced a new series for the Argentine streaming platform Blender called Gaspy Visita tu Hogar, Gaspy Visits Your Home. He and fellow Argentine filmmaker Lucas A. Viñal were in Brazil taking part in events tied to Oliver Tree's world tour when the collision occurred. Police confirmed his death among the 6 victims. Blender posted a tribute on X. "Thanks for your art, your magic, and your sensibility. Every one of us will miss you." Courthouse News Service (PBS), the other victims, Argentine director and screenwriter Lucas A. Viñal, Brazilian music producer Lucas Froda, and pilots Alexander Souza and Charles Marziak were confirmed by police and Brazilian outlets, though far less biographical detail about them has circulated in English-language coverage so far. Brazilian investigators moved quickly. Teams from CNIPE, the Center for Investigation and Prevention of Aeronautical Accidents, Brazil's equivalent of a national air safety board, arrived at the scene shortly after the crash to begin collecting evidence and securing the site. Their work was expected to include reconstructing both aircraft's flight paths, reviewing air traffic communications, checking maintenance records, and assessing weather conditions at the time of the collision. Separate accident investigation files were opened for each helicopter in the Aviation Safety Network's database, both classified as a fatal mid-air collision over Rio de Janeiro. Officials were initially cautious about assigning blame. Fire Services spokesman Fabio Contreras said recordings of the incident would need to be reviewed before a cause could be confirmed. By the day after the crash, however, a preliminary theory had emerged. Rio de Janeiro police investigator Alan Luxardo told reporters at the crash site on Monday that human error was a possible cause and that authorities were working to determine whether one of the pilots or air traffic controllers bore responsibility. A final, formal determination of probable cause the kind CENIPA typically issues after a full technical investigation, had not been published as of the most recent reporting. Why this keeps happening in Rio? The crash renewed attention to how routine helicopter traffic and helicopter accidents have become in Rio de Janeiro. The city has one of the busiest urban helicopter environments in the world, driven by demand from business travelers, tourism operators, and private owners who use rotorcraft to skip the city's notoriously congested roads, particularly over its wealthier coastal districts. According to CENIPA's own figures, Brazil had already recorded 84 aircraft accidents in 2026 before this crash occurred, a reminder that, however shocking the deaths of two well-known entertainers made this particular collision, aviation accidents of this kind are not statistically rare in Brazilian airspace. The official and public response. The state government of Rio de Janeiro issued a public statement of condolence. We express our deep sorrow for the 6 victims resulting from the accident involving 2 aircraft in the southwest zone of Rio de Janeiro. In this moment of pain, I express my solidarity to the family members and friends of the victims of the tragedy. The deaths of Tree and Gaspi triggered an outpouring of tributes across 2 largely separate audiences on 2 continents. Numerous public figures posted tributes to Tree, and a number of Brazilian artists offered condolences over the crash more broadly. In the Spanish-speaking internet world, a wide range of YouTubers, streamers, and comedians mourned Gaspi, reflecting how central his street interview format had become to Argentine and broader Latin American online comedy in just a few years. What's still unresolved? As of the latest available reporting, investigators had not publicly determined the precise sequence of events that put the 2 helicopters on a collision course. Whether it was pilot error, an air traffic control failure, a mechanical fault, weather, or some combination of factors. CENIPA's full technical report, which would carry the official finding, had not yet been released.